This to me was more of a like, hey man, we're normal people like you guys are.
I'm not up. I'm drunk. And then when I'm done with that, I put Vaseline actually around the edges. Just ordered somebody.
Was that short enough for you?
Yes. You know what? That's way better.
Anyway.
Way better.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Todd's Daily Grind. This is episode 110. It feels lonely today.
It does. You know what? It feels. I'm sad and lonely
Why are you sad?
because we're alone.
We're alone. We're alone. So
It's just us.
joining us is just John.
John, fuck.
So John, say hi to the people.
I said hi. They can finally see me. This is where I sit, guys, during the podcast.
I'm so glad that he's gonna be on the show today.
No, it'll be great. He's always on the show. It's just we don't like.
man.
He's usually like background noise. This time,
Yeah, that's
this
a
time
good point.
he's usually like
Now he's
usually an extra. This time he's like a co-star.
I don't know if I would go that far. He's at least like supporting cast.
He's supporting cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Leo didn't join us today. He's still kind of getting back from his trip, and I don't know where Sharkface is. He asked for the day, and so, well, not the day.
Yeah.
Just the last hour.
So it's just us.
So it's just us.
Who's texting me?
I don't know. But anyway, I was talking to Maya about. I was asking him, hey Maya, what would you be interested in listening to? You know, for the podcast, seeing what you might want to listen to, and he's like, really, I don't care. He's like, just as long as people are passionate about what they're saying, and. You gonna add anything to that,
Why is
John?
he?
Or-
Why,
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so he said he didn't care as long as you were passionate about it. So I was thinking, like, what am I passionate about? Nothing really came to mind.
yeah, that seems about right. You're
What?
passionate about stocks.
I am passionate about stocks,
That's about it.
but I don't know. Photography too, a little, but not really. Not as much as I should. Not as much as I should be. I'm kind of getting back into it, like enjoying it instead of treating it as a job. So, but I was like kind of examining, and I think I told John already before, but like the only consistent thing that I've always enjoyed, no matter what side gig I'm interested in at the moment, because I've been interested in like playing the piano. I've been interested in playing guitar.
Did you
I've been-
learn?
A little bit, enough to where I had fun, but not enough to where like I learned a lot, like enough to impress somebody.
And then
Does
you're
that
done. Like now you don't care anymore.
Yeah, because I figured like I'm gonna put all this time and effort into it, but what am I gonna get out of it? And is it enough to justify all the effort I'm gonna put into it? And the answer is no, because I don't think I'm gonna like who am I gonna play for? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't interest me that much. It interested me enough because I was like, is it really that hard to learn? And yes, it is. But at the same time, it's easy to learn enough to get started.
So is there anything that you do, like just because it's fun?
Watch TV, I guess. I don't know.
But that's
Like
it?
watch movies. No, but like I said, what was consistent during the whole thing, like during everything I've done, is teaching somebody. Like teaching. I've enjoyed that. Always. That's never stopped. Like since I was a kid. Like when I was 7 or 8, I wanted to be a teacher when I grew up for a bit. But then I realized they get paid shit, so that went out the window.
So you decided not to be a teacher.
Yeah. But I've always enjoyed teaching. Like, and I still do.
So it doesn't really matter what you're teaching. You just
No.
enjoy teaching.
Yeah, so like every time I learn something, people around me get pissed off because they know I'm gonna try to teach it to them. Like every time I try to learn something, I try to teach you about it or teach somebody. Like, right?
Have you ever gone like that, John? You ever been pissed off at him for learning something?
No, not that I
Do you have an
recall.
example of this? Of people being like, "Oh shit,"
Maybe it's just in my head. But like I notice it. Like like I'll be telling somebody something and I can see them drifting away.
Checking
It's
out,
just
checking
me
out.
Checking
and-
out, yeah.
Okay.
Me and Edgar.
Huh?
It's just me and Edgar.
You're not the only two people I know, John. But I mean, yeah.
Why do you sound so hurt by that?
I don't know.
Is it not okay for him to know other people? He can only know you and Edgar.
We're exclusive.
Oh, no. I don't.
It's weird, like not seeing you.
It's weird because I can see you, but then I can't, so I have to turn and look at you guys to like.
I know. Can't you like put that tip that screen or something?
Why?
No, just no.
Well, I want to like it's weird talking to you.
So we're talking in the back of a monitor.
Let's
Yeah.
just not talk to him. Let's just the two of us talk, and he. Can
Well,
just...
it's gonna get boring fast because
Why?
I like John's input sometimes.
Oh, but you don't like my input? Is that what you're trying to
No,
say?
your input's great.
We're making an Oreo right now. It's an Oreo.
That's not what it is.
You're more light skinned than Craig is.
Double stuffed.
Where's the other?
Oh, so you're the one in the middle?
No.
So it's
You're
a backwards
whiter than I
cookie.
am.
Man,
Then
okay,
how's
this
that
is
double
getting
stuffed?
boring. Okay, John, you're kind of like
Yeah, God damn it, John.
So yeah, so maybe it's just in my mind, like that people are not in. I don't know, but like I've said before, I figure that by explaining it to somebody, I start understanding it more, and
Yeah, that's for sure.
yeah, and so that's what I was telling Maya. Like, I feel like it's almost like a what's the word? Almost.
Deja vu.
Oh God. This is do you see why?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but it's fun.
man.
The word is the word I'm looking for has to do with being selfish. Oh, selfish. It's almost selfish of me, like showing people stuff because I feel like I'm doing it. I do like them learning, but it's almost like my way of understanding it more and kind of getting it to finally click the right way.
I've always so that's I don't know if that's like a moral or an ethical thing, but like I've never understood the whole thing where people think it's selfish when they do something that they enjoy that helps other people. I don't see a problem with that at all.
Yeah, it's weird.
So if you're helping other people, if you're teaching somebody something,
Yeah.
and you're learning in the process, and that's why you do it because you enjoy it, then you still helped people. Like I don't see that as selfish.
I also like the look they get when they get it.
Oh yeah, when the light turns on,
Yeah,
you
because
can actually see that in people.
yeah, except John.
I've never seen. Yeah, I just don't think
Because
there's
his
any lights on.
reactions, like he'll understand it, like he'll get it, he'll learn it, but he doesn't. He's got not a show your face, John. Show him.
Show your aha face.
Show him your aha face.
Aha.
Okay,
We can't see it, but we imagine what
Yeah.
it probably looks.
based on the tone,
Goofy,
that was
yeah.
the same as always.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you guys.
I don't know.
Neither
What are
do
you
I.
passionate about, John?
I like Hondas. I like cars.
Okay.
It sounds like you really, really like them.
Okay. So I don't really care about cars and like, yeah, they're cool to look at. I think you're in the same boat.
Yeah.
So somebody that's passionate about cars, when they talk about them, they can convince people that don't give a crap to kind of care a little. How would you convince us to care about a Honda?
Okay, I'm definitely not passionate then. I don't really care if someone likes them or not. Like, I wouldn't care to convince someone either, if that makes sense.
This is gonna be great.
John doesn't care about anything.
I do care. I just don't care about
Never-
like, what if I like something but you don't. I don't care if you like it or not.
I've seen you try to convince people to like vape.
No.
Yes.
Who?
Me.
No, I don't give a fuck if you smoke or not.
See, Jesus. You know what? I popped open my web browser here.
Oh, about the old
and I have the
thing.
old faithful conspiracy theory.
You
guys
actually went and looked into it.
I did, and it still makes no sense to me. It's this one seems like a stretch to me.
Yeah.
Like, why in the world would they do that?
Yeah. I don't get
And
it.
then
either.
and then this is something that happens in a lot of conspiracy theories. It happens with a lot of stuff where like somebody tries to disprove things. You know, like flat earthers do this. Fucking anytime somebody's like, I'm gonna convince somebody that this thing that they believe in is wrong. They always start out with like some nuggets of truth, and then they start to like twist it, or they don't get all the facts right. And then they build off of stuff that's like incorrect in the first place. So like, for example, this person, whoever wrote this website is like, You know, so the Old Faithful erupts every 74 minutes. That is not true.
No.
Old Faithful has a window of about an hour and 10 or 15 minutes of when it can erupt, and they have predictions that they update daily based on when they think it's going to happen. If they were going to go to the trouble of spending all the money to make sure that Old Faithful stayed faithful, why would they not have it erupt exactly every 74 minutes like it used to?
Yeah.
Also, it stopped erupting for a while, a few decades ago. I don't even remember how long ago now it was one of the things that I saw. I think it was early 1900s. It stopped erupting for like several years or something, and then started again. And it's like, why? So why in the world would they go to the effort and spend the money to build a pipeline to force Old Faithful to erupt, and then not have it erupt on the same schedule every time?
Yeah.
Like, why? That's stupid.
Because then people would guess that it is a pipeline. And then you don't think so?
No. The vast majority of people don't realize that Old Faithful doesn't erupt at the exact same time every time. Like,
I was watching this documentary after we spoke about it, and there's this chick in that lodge.
A chicken?
No, this chick. Well, in the video, there was a chick.
there's a female in the
lady.
lodge.
A lady in the lodge that takes time, and she said that if it goes over a certain amount of time, it's a longer eruption, so that adjusts the time that the next eruption will happen. But if it's a shorter time than average,
And she's basing that off of what? Because she
every
stayed at the
time.
lodge once?
No.
And she
That's her
watched it
job.
a couple of
But that
times?
makes-
That's her job.
but that makes
She's the one that
sense.
changes the time on the lodge, where she's like, "Oh, it's going to erupt at this time." That's the girl.
So she's the one in charge of
So she's the one doing the predictions.
the prediction.
she's the one taking the time, because there's on the time.
She's
And then
the timekeeper.
a cool thing
He's so good at explaining
A
stuff.
cool thing about it, there's a tree from the window where she takes her time at the lodge, and the tree, they have it measured. So when she looks out the window, how high the geyser spits, they already know. There's a picture of how many feet it is, so she has to record that, and then that kind of helps her
Gauge for the
gauge
next
for those-
eruption.
Yep. Yeah.
So do you believe in this conspiracy theory or not? Because you made it seem like you believe it.
No, I just brought it up. I didn't
Oh,
say.
okay.
I just brought it up.
That thing that John's explaining right now, though, isn't a conspiracy because that's her job. That's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I think one of the things that she's basically doing is saying, okay, so this time it erupted with this much force, so the pressure buildup is going to be probably less. So it might take longer for the next eruption to go because it's not building pressure as fast. And so she has to calculate, okay, maybe
She was off by a minute twice when she was doing her when they were filming. She's like, "Oh, we're only off by 60 seconds. That's pretty good."
yeah, so that proves that it's not a machine, because if it's a machine, then she'd be exact.
Yeah, and why would they purposely be wrong in their predictions? That makes them look bad in most people's eyes.
What I can see them doing is building something, like if something got eroded and it's going to stop completely, I can see them like trying to make it so that it keeps erupting because that's their cash cow.
Yeah.
But I can't see it like them doing it just so to keep it on time.
If it ever came out that truly is faked now, that would be the end of it.
Yeah,
I don't think
it'd be
I think
worse.
people would be like, you know what, fuck that place. I'm not going back there.
Yeah. Even though it's, I don't know.
Even though there's still tons of cool shit in that area, I think it would still turn a lot of people off. But I was reading one of the things that I was reading as I was trying to research this is that they have a feeling, or they believe that it's going to stop erupting, or the intervals are going to get wider and wider in the next several years they think partly because of like climate change and stuff like that. That it was something to do with that the pressure should be changing because of the changes in climate and shit like that.
Yeah, because maybe because I know that because air pressure is what causes the weather, right? It's the changes in pressure that cause the wind and
Yeah, when you get hot air and
Yeah.
cold air mixing, that's when wind starts and things like that. But yeah, I don't know how that would affect the geology that's happening underneath. I mean, I guess the warmer temperatures could affect the soil. And
Well, like if it's based on pressure, because you know how the certain amounts of atmospheres of pressure, I mean, it's tons pushing down on the ground. I mean, I guess.
What about
I don't know.
like we get earthquakes, don't we? Like small ones.
Yeah.
yeah,
What about that? Do you think if it's like a pocket under the geysers or Yellowstone,
Hotspot, yeah.
yeah, and it shifts, like how does that work?
It's always shifting slowly.
But that's what
do you know what a mantle plume is?
I've heard. I
you
feel
heard of
that I've
that
heard of
before?
them. And
So basically, the current belief is that the Earth is the crust of the Earth is made up of plates,
yeah,
tectonic plates, and they're moving and shifting. Well, mantle plume is not like a separation between one of the plates. It's a thin spot in a plate where there's magma closer to the surface. That's what Yellowstone is. And so there's going to be a lot of seismic activity anytime you've got the interior of the Earth trying to fight with the exterior of the Earth. And so, yeah, there's a lot of earthquakes in this area, and most of them have to do with Yellowstone, I believe.
it's like the movie Yellowstone. That thing blows, dude. Oops.
What is he talking
I
about?
have no idea.
You didn't see that? You guys haven't seen the movie Yellowstone?
There's a movie called Yellowstone?
The one that blows, like that RV is.
Is that what he's talking about?
No, it's not 2012. It's literally
I think it is
filmed.
2012.
It's filmed like around the forest that it blows, and then everything's exploding, and there's this
Is-
guy and a girl with the van.
Is John
Talking about-
Cusack
Are you
in
talking
it?
about Dante's Peak?
No.
Did they get on a plane and fly out just in time?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 2012.
Look
Because
at
there's multiple
20.
catastrophes
Is it
that
John
happen.
Cusack? No.
I think it is.
Have you guys? Have any of you two gone besides like that loop that's just here in Idaho? Have you guys gone to the one in Wyoming and Montana?
Which one, John?
The Yellowstone Loop.
No, I've only been to the one in Wyoming.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
What'd you
it's,
do?
It's 2012.
Just tweaked it a little bit.
John Cusack, Tandy Newton.
No idea.
Candy Newton.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Pretty sure. Chiwetel Elijah 4.
I'm sorry.
I
I shouldn't be laughing at this, but
yeah, I can't. Yeah, some of those names I'm not gonna get.
yeah, shit all for.
Amanda Pete. That one's simple. Yeah, pretty sure you're talking about 2012,
Yeah.
John, and it's one part of the entire movie.
Show 'em. Turn that around.
This is exactly what you're talking about, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, turn it back around
Yeah.
so we can actually.
That is 2012.
Yeah, it's not called Yellowstone. Yellowstone's the show you watch.
Have you watched it yet, Craig?
Trying to
Nope.
convince Craig to watch.
Sure haven't.
You know what John's gonna start watching?
What?
Star Wars.
No.
He's never watched Star Wars.
You've never seen
I
Star
did
Wars?
watch that one that I told
Which
you.
one?
The one that
Episode 1.
Darth Vader gets cut at the end. That's what I remember when I was a kid at the movies.
Sith.
Oh yeah, number 3. Yeah.
I went to watch that one when I was a kid. And
was
that's
it
the only
called?
part I remember.
I don't remember.
Revenge of the Sith.
Phantom Menace was number 1, right?
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Revenge
and
of
then
the Sith is probably number 3.
I think so. Because 2 was. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, John, that's what we're talking about.
Or is it A New
That's what you
Hope?
were talking about is 2012.
2012.
So anyway,
Remember the world was going to end in 2012.
I
What-
did.
What are your guys' favorite Doomsday movies? Like, I like The Day After Tomorrow. I still see that one. And it's
That one's
pretty
good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I don't remember that movie.
You remember The Day After Tomorrow with what was his name? Wasn't he in Dante's Peak?
I don't know, dude.
Is that the same guy?
I have no idea. I
No,
know,
Dante's Peak. Yeah,
Tornado.
Dante's Peak.
I know zero people, like zero actors. Like, I don't really know people.
You know what? I don't know. That's a good question.
I can see you staring at me.
Hang in there,
The
guys.
Book of Eli. The Book of Eli is a pretty good one.
The Book of Eli.
I've seen that one. Yeah, I didn't really like it.
I like a lot of post-apocalyptic. I like that genre
Yeah.
I like a lot of that,
So,
like
like Mad Max
dystopian. Yeah, Mad Max for sure. Waterworld, shit like that.
I liked Waterworld, even though Waterworld most people didn't like.
So there's this movie, and I can't remember what it's called until it came to my mind right now. But it's like filmed in the desert, and these guys are like kind of Vikings, but they use like one of their fort is made out of like all bunch broken up buses and everything to build like a fort.
Mad Max.
Is that Mad Max?
I think so.
And they use these like carts, like all like built by scraps, and then I remember seeing it somewhere, but it's been so long. And then,
Is Charlize Theron in it?
I told you I don't know anybody that I don't know any actors or actresses or.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about the remake of Mad Max.
Yeah.
The original Mad Maxes were great. Mel Gibson in those, right?
Yeah. I only remember one.
I don't remember a lot of the details. But
Yeah, I don't either.
The Bad Batch sounds pretty good.
I've never seen that.
Pretty good movie.
I liked which one was that? It was a Deep Impact when Armageddon came out. You know how they always come in
Pairs.
So I think the story behind that is that like they'll go to like somebody will write a script and they'll go to like one of the movie studios and they say no and they make it anyway. That's messed up.
They make enough changes to make it different.
Yeah. So you have like Dante's Peak and Volcano were another pair. And
The two magic movies that came out at the same time. The Prestige, the Prestige, and there was another one that came out almost the same
Magic
time.
Mike.
Magic Mike.
No, definitely wasn't that one.
Oh, it wasn't?
That was a few years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the Prestige, and there was another one. They were both pretty good, and
The
pretty
Prestige
different
was awesome.
stories.
Yeah.
But
That one's with Christian Bale and Wolverine, right? I mean, his name's not Wolverine. Hugh Jackman.
yes, there you
Hugh
go.
Jackman.
That one was cool.
I guess
So at the end, I don't know.
I don't know if I saw
I
it.
haven't seen it by now, that, like-
What's that?
I said that I saw something that they're going to release that second Joker.
Oh, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
He went nuts, didn't he, for a while?
He's probably still nuts.
Yeah.
But yes, he did.
Yeah.
Didn't he like pretend? Was he pretending to be a rapper? Or did
I think
did
he was
actually
actually-
think he was a rapper.
I think he actually was a rapper. Is that one of the rappers you listen to, John?
Nope.
Young Dolph and
Young
Joaquin
Dolph is
Phoenix?
dead. Dude.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Young Dolph got murdered in his hometown buying cookies for
That
his
was
mother.
messed up because of the cookie thing.
Yeah.
I mean, in case he got murdered.
That's why we don't like Atlanta.
Who said that?
Oh, I thought we were all on the same page. They shot up Young Dolph there.
Nobody's on the same page with you, I think.
Craig likes Atlanta. He
He
calls it the ATL.
Yeah.
By
He
the
likes
way.
ATL because Precious is there.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
You
me
know.
neither.
My understanding
Edgar would have found that funny.
I know.
is that there are people who have said that it was all a hoax.
So you're just trying to get publicity. Yeah, fair enough. But anyway, back to the conspiracy theory stuff. Has there been any that were conspiracy theories that have been like that come out where they're like, yeah, that was legit? I mean, besides like when they were injecting people in Panama with syphilis or whatever, wherever it was,
Wait, why were they doing that?
testing, I guess.
Damn.
I don't know.
Because the U.S. government apologized for that, right? So
Probably. It was probably done quietly, but probably. What was the program that they did? MK Ultra. That was where they were like, I'm pretty sure they admitted to
trying to
drugging people without their knowledge
something like that.
to try to control the population.
Man, we really need to like study up on this stuff so
Yeah,
that
we
we
should.
sound like we know what we're talking
Well,
about.
like they should. They
'Cause we're just
could.
kind of
Maybe.
fucking making
We're just
it up.
we're just like everybody else that's like, no, I think it's this, and we have no fucking clue.
But that's the thing though. Everybody out there is like us, but they say it not like us, where we're like, we're not sure. They say it like, I know.
No, this is what happened. Yeah.
This is exactly what happened. Are there any like theories that you have that nobody else has? That you're like, man, this has to, like, because I've always wanted to just write the facts down, like what everybody agrees on, which is now like less and less. But it might get better. But like, what does everybody agree on? Like, for example, take one event. Like, for example, we'll do the Yellowstone thing. Everybody agrees that it goes, right? Like, well,
Wait,
you don't.
Can you do that one more time?
So everybody agrees that
awesome.
Old Faithful
That Old
erupts,
Faithful spews
spews something.
water into the air.
Yeah, everybody agrees with that. So you start that, you write that now. Okay, it does.
Everybody agrees that it's
Everybody agrees.
somewhat intermittent, that it's on a somewhat regular interval.
Yep. And so you keep doing that, and then you write down
And where's the disconnect?
where's the disconnect. Then you take that disconnect, and you figure out who said it, and then well, try to figure out who said it or where it kind of originated from. What do they have anything to gain from it? Like, or are they just trying to become famous to where they have a prediction about something?
You know, with that logic, you could almost convince me that Yellowstone is a hoax because you follow the money.
Yeah.
Like who benefits from this?
But see, that's the thing though. If you look at most things, somebody's going to benefit from it and somebody's going to whatever the opposite of benefit is, get hurt by it. So that doesn't necessarily correlate to them actually doing something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a side effect that these people benefited. Like, it doesn't always have to be because somebody's going to benefit no matter what. Like, no matter what, somebody's going to benefit. Gas prices go up, gas companies benefit. Gas prices go down, we benefit. Gas prices stay level, somebody somewhere benefits.
Yeah.
No matter what happens. Mm-hmm. So,
Did you guys see that Biden said that he wants to pass to Congress the no more tax on not no more tax, but to take the tax away from fuel
it's a tax holiday. They want to do
for
it for
3 months.
federal tax, but federal tax is really low.
But it's 18 cents per gallon on gas and 24 cents per gallon for diesel.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I guess, something, but
18 cents. And then he's like, well, if we do this, I want the companies to reduce penny by penny. Like, if he takes the 18 cents, he wants it to go down 18 cents. Which, I mean,
that's what I've never understood. Like, gas, like the price of a barrel of oil, right, has been at a certain price before. Like, say $100 a barrel. It's been $100 a barrel before, but prices were, say, not that much. Like, how come it changes so much?
Man, you got me.
Somebody
I have no idea on this topic.
Yeah, we'll have to look a lot.
imagine the first person that found crude oil. Like, how the hell do you know?
I think a lot of stuff comes by accident. But anyway, we're kind of all over the place. So back to this whole thing. Like, I've always wanted to try that. Like, seeing what stuff links. Because there's some things that look like they have nothing to do with each other, but you start going back enough. Like, something is sometimes this thing is a byproduct of this other thing, even though it doesn't look like it has anything to do with it. And like, I've always wanted to be able to get like a big picture, because we always get like little glimpses of this, little glimpses of that. But it'd be cool to like put it all together and get like a big picture that makes a lot more sense.
We need a researcher, like,
Yeah, a good one.
yeah.
I feel like
But somebody who's that's their job. Like any large
for a week.
any large news type podcast, any large news organization, anybody that's got kind of like a niche like that, they always have staffers whose only job is to be up to date on what's happening and dig in and try to research and get down to the bottom, like do exactly what you're talking about, where they get down to the bottom of all of it to try to say this is true, this part is not, this is this is that.
Yeah, we should do that with one topic. Like one thing, pick one thing, and dive like stupid deep into it.
Yeah. So if you're out there, what topic?
Yeah, what
should that
topic
be?
should we just like take like a year to research?
Oof,
okay,
I don't
a
know
few
about
months.
that.
Okay,
Damn.
okay, he got scared. Okay, a month. Well, a month. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
take
maybe-
a month
maybe
to
a week.
just like deep dive into it, like, and
That's the thing with like today's news cycle. Nobody has the time, the energy, or the bandwidth
'Cause-
to get to the bottom of any story. Like even anything, COVID, gas price, like any of that. They put their stuff out, and you start going down the rabbit hole and trying to follow sources, and then the next story is already there, and that's what everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the thing you were just looking into.
because I remember back when John Oliver's show first started, like they interviewed him and they said because it was pretty successful, and they asked him like why is it so successful? Do you think? And he's like, because the reason some of this stuff is funny, like it's borderline satire, is because we make sure it's 100% true. Like we got our researchers like nonstop researching into it, so we can get so we can verify that it's accurate, so we can get all this, because the moment that it's not true, it stops being funny, because that's the whole so he'd go deep into like a very, very specific topic that most people would never give a shit about.
Never get past the surface on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like gerrymandering, he really went into it, and he had like a shitload of papers that like stacks of research that, so he'd bring it out and they'd have this whole thing, but he'd explain why it doesn't make sense. Like it used to be pretty cool. I haven't watched it in a long time, but like that style. But
you gotta have
it'd be cool to be able to say this is 100% true. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. Like this is 100% legit. But how do you do that?
I don't even know anymore. Like there's like history podcasts I've listened to a couple recently where they go into a subject, this president or this explorer or whatever, and they're like, here's what you learn in school. Like, okay, and here's a lot of things that actually happened. It's like, well, how do you know that those who is that from somebody's journal? Is that from like whose journal?
Yeah.
And like how do you know that this was different from what I was taught, and why was what I taught like different? Why did they think it was different? Things like that. And one that I've been seeing stuff just randomly about recently is Columbus. For a long time, everybody's like, oh yeah, Columbus was an explorer, and he did this crazy thing to convince the Portuguese or the Spaniards to let him come over here, even though he's from a different country, and they gave him 3 ships,
Spain.
and he got here, and then
It was Italian.
he explored all this stuff, and that's what I learned in school. And nowadays, all you hear is how fucking evil he was, and how brutal he was, and how he like killed people for this and that. And then all of a sudden, recently, I've been hearing people challenge that, being like, "Show me where that. Show me the proof that is what happened." And then they're like, "Well, you go back to this person's, records, and you go back and you see this and you see this, and it's like, was he a saint? No, fuck no. But he wasn't this murderous, dude that was just knocking up all the indigenous people." But it's like,
He wasn't?
who? I don't know. I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't know who to fucking believe, because most people nowadays are like, no, Columbus is a fucking bad person. And then all of a sudden, recently, I don't even know why or where I started seeing it first, but I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen it on Instagram. I've like looked at I've like Googled it a couple times, and just seen stuff that's like all of a sudden counter to that. Oh, he's this murderous scumbag.
Everything has a counter, and it's so convincing. Like it's so convincing. Both the
But
sides are
now
convincing.
I feel like you like take that into anything. Like we can't even say certain stuff here because someone's gonna get offended, or they're gonna say we're this, they're that, just because
I
of.
don't care. But
Yeah, I'm not too worried about offending people, but I also don't want to be.
But that's
wrong.
it's like the same concept. Like people say now, like, oh, Columbus this. But in school, they teach you, like, because of him, we're here, basically. Well,
Yeah,
maybe, maybe not us. But
Well, and not even because of him, because he wasn't even the first guy that fucking showed up here.
You can thank Skarks' great.
That's probably way too many greats.
Mr.
Probably
Cicatriz?
only like 5 or 6.
500 years, dude.
500 years?
Yeah, so that's like 8. That's way less than you said.
Nah, not
Yeah.
if they were all young.
Maybe
They're all in their 14s and
Wait,
15s.
500 for what?
he's not even keeping up.
Do you know who I was talking about?
Cortez.
Cortez,
Oh.
Mr. Hernan.
He is one of the Cortez. Well, fun fact.
He's your Mexican.
Fun fact. I'm related to Pancho Villa because it was Pancho Villa Hernandez on his mom's side.
Everybody's related to an Hernandez.
Exactly. We're all from Pancho Villa's
Hernandez
mom's
is
side.
like the most common
Pancho
last name in
Villa
Mexico.
Hernandez was probably not the only Hernandez in the world.
No, Hernandez
Just
is
so you
very,
know.
very, very common. It's the most common last name in Mexico.
Really? Well, we're all cousins then.
Pretty much.
Porque Pancho Villa tenía una mujer en cada orilla.
Y
So
le,
that means-
y le dolía la rodilla.
Huh? I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
My great-great-grandpa. Great.
Dude, there's some crazy ass stories about him
Do you know
that you
that-
guys probably didn't learn in school here.
I actually might be related because I am Spaniard. Because I still have my great aunts that live in Spain.
Great. So,
You fuckers.
you know what else
Sorry.
that's been like super frustrating lately is seeing all the people attack like the founding fathers and like early people in the country, and like it's so weird. It's I might have to step out for a second. It's just weird how they are like trying to basically just discredit all those people because they,
Owned people.
well, yeah, I mean, sure, but it's like, think about it. If George Washington were alive today, would he be the same guy?
No.
Of course not.
Wasn't this thing
Like,
saying like George Washington
if-
owned some like one of the bigger amount of slaves or something like
But that was the thing.
I think
to
it was
do back
Thomas
then.
Jefferson, who also
J.
was one of the guys that was kind of anti-slavery, wasn't he?
Not really. I mean, he loved his
Oh yeah,
the
he
black
loved them.
ladies.
But my understanding is that he was anti-slavery.
Isn't
What do you guys
I don't know.
think about
Could be.
them taking down statues like in the Confederate States?
So, taking down Confederate statues, I don't have a problem with that at all
Why?
because they lost.
Okay.
We
but-
are the United States of America,
America.
not
Oh, you even
the
said-
Confederate States of America,
Yeah. You too.
because
You step up?
they fucking lost.
I'm getting it.
So, anyway, is that
Carlos.
Yeah, let me go. Let me step out. Somebody cut themselves. I'll be back.
Okay. Bueno. Hey.
So
Ya va. Ya va. Okay. Bye.
this is just it's on me.
So,
Oh,
for
sorry.
everybody out there, Craig had to step out because we had a little percance, a little emergency.
Perkins.
Yeah, somebody cut themselves. Hopefully, it's not too bad.
Dude,
he
the-
just wanted to go check up on
People
him, so.
when people get cut, they're pretty gnarly. Like I don't know if, the ones I've seen, the only two I've seen.
Yeah.
they're
The
pretty
thing here, though, John, I don't know if you've noticed, but most people don't get cut with knives.
Yeah. You'll see them handling. It only happens when like you get like really comfortable and then
Yeah,
you
you get-
forget and you're not paying attention and then
Yeah. Yeah, because most cuts are with cardboard or with. Yeah, it's weird.
nothing to do with
No.
a knife.
Hey, we should look through his
Browser history.
Yeah, browser history.
Dude, look, just type in P. Just type in P in Google.
I don't know how to use this thing. Okay, hold on.
Just type in P.
He's gonna. Oh shit! That's not. Okay.
Show us.
No,
turn
I
it around.
can't. No,
Why not?
that's embarrassing. Oh, Jesus.
Have you seen the? I think it's Suicide Squad, the second one, or yeah, is it the one that they get all the like bad guys to make a group to go and defeat this one guy?
Which one?
Suicide Squad. Is that the,
Yeah, I think
where
so.
the Will Smith grabs the guns and then like they're like, all right, shoot, and then they have a table full of guns in front of them. You know the movie I'm talking about? Is this Suicide Squad, the second one?
I've seen the second one.
Is it that part where
I can't remember.
where he's like, oh, he's never ever missed the shot?
It sounds like it because he's
So he points the gun at the guard, and then the guard's like, oh, he says his last words, and he's like, just make sure to clear my browser history. That's
Craig. Yeah. When he Googled, is it normal to have an abnormally small? Never mind. Okay, so he stepped out.
so
That's weird, John, that you don't have like a passion.
well, I have things that I like.
Going back to that, I know, but it's like because I'm in the same boat you are when it comes to that. Like I'm not. I wouldn't get into an argument with somebody over anything. I don't think. Except you.
Me, yeah, I'll get in. Yeah, we can get in.
Like we get into arguments all the time, but it's more of a age thing than.
We were talking about it the other day. Like we bicker a lot, but we have the same idea. Like same most of the time.
Yeah. So one of the problems that we've noticed that we've run into is we'll both be talking about the same thing, but there's a gap between what I say and what John understands. And in that gap, there's like noise that messes up the message. And so we're talking about the same thing, but it just gets muddied in there. And he thinks I'm not talking about the same thing. And so we start fighting. But then I realize it's John, and so
you're terrible at explaining sometimes. And then I'll take half of the blame. You can take the other half.
No, I can take about an eighth of the blame.
Why?
It's just that's all I'm willing to accept.
What happens is that you think you told me something and you don't.
No, I'm gonna start recording my conversations with you from now on.
And you just send it to me so I can listen to it.
Because I thought I was going nuts. I thought I was going crazy. And then this morning, Leo, Skarks, Craig, and me. And was Dylan in there?
I don't know. No, he wasn't.
I can't remember if Dylan was in there, but 4 people heard the exact same thing, only John said that he hadn't said that. And he defended it to almost the death. Even though 4 people were saying, you just literally just said this. So, I don't know.
Maybe I am going crazy. I came to join you. Dang, Craig has... Oh, dude.
What? Oh, I let him off the hook.
You did? You told him?
I told him that he didn't. Dude, why are you playing with his water bottle? He's going to get pissed.
No, I'm just closing it because I don't want anything to fall inside of it.
Like spit?
Yeah. You let him off, dude?
Man, I felt bad. I told him... Have you ever watched The Godfather?
No.
Well, this isn't going to make sense then.
Yeah, that's awkward. This is pretty cool.
In The Godfather at the beginning, so Mr. Corleone or whatever his name is, his daughter's getting married. So the thing is that he grants people not a wish because he's not a genie, but a favor.
Mm-hmm.
So people come and ask him for favors and gives them favors. And so one of the guys asked him for a favor, and he said he'd do it, but he's like, I'm gonna do this for you, but someday, don't know when, I'm gonna need a favor. When I come asking you, it better happen. Like, that's what I'm gonna be with Craig. Like, I forgave his head shaving, but someday I'm gonna need a favor, Craig. If you're listening,
He's not listening.
I'm gonna come collect. And
do you want a shot? Do you want some moonshine, or do you want?
I don't drink. You don't drink.
You definitely drink. I know. You look more like a moonshine type of person. Here.
No.
We'll be back.
Is that racist? What? He called you a white devil.
What was he doing to my tablet?
Dude, we went through your browser history. You naughty,
Good.
naughty.
Good. Hopefully you learned a thing or two.
Yeah, we learned.
I doubt it though.
I didn't know about the male to male stuff, but
You liar.
Yeah.
Nobody believed that.
No.
That wasn't convincing at all.
Who cut themselves?
One of the guys in the grinding room.
Really?
Yeah, it was a. He's gonna need stitches, I think. I sent him to go get stitches. It was just a. Most of the time when people cut themselves here, it's like just a moment of.
Negligence, like not negligence, but like
I mean, not like gross negligence, but yeah, like just a moment of negligence. It was just a.
In Spanish, they call it a descuido.
Yeah. He lost the respect of the sharp objects that are all over the building for like a half a second.
That'll do it.
One simple little mistake. He wasn't even holding a knife. He just leaned over and put his hand where a knife was.
Dude, I've done that before.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I got cut, I got 8 stitches, and it was I was working on knives that had in a nylon, and when we take those out, when we're opening up the sheath, the hand that's holding the sheath should be holding on to the handle. And I thought I had it, but I didn't, and it slipped out. Yeah. Just like that, 8 stitches.
What's the craziest cut you've seen since you started working here?
That's a good question.
The scariest one to me was probably Carlos when that
sheet metal fell on his foot.
Yeah, because it was close. It was really close to really messing up his foot.
What happened?
We were moving into the building, and there were sheets of steel on the floor that I assume was to keep the floor from getting all messed up.
Yeah. So this used to be a potato warehouse. So the forklifts, when they pick up a slip sheet, you pull it onto the forks, or you slide under them. But it had where they would pick them up, it had cement. So like you would be messing up the cement. So they put sheets of metal so that they could slide into it and pick them up and
without damaging the floor.
Without damaging the floor.
So we cut all those down and started taking them out, and just in a moment while we were moving one slipped and fell on Carlos's foot, and he cut himself pretty bad with that.
Yeah,
that could have, if that had fallen harder or in a different spot, he probably could have really messed up his foot.
Yeah, it was close to a nerve.
Yeah,
like a few nerves that it would have.
I remember I took him to the doctor to get stuff fixed up, and I sent my wife a picture of his foot. He was. She was all mad at me before I told her that it wasn't me.
As soon as he told her that it wasn't him, she didn't give a shit.
Then no, she was almost madder when I told her that it wasn't me.
She's like, "Oh, why wasn't that you?"
Yeah. So that one was pretty bad. That one definitely came to mind. There was the one where the dude at a show asked, "Is it sharp?" and ran his finger along it. That was just stupid.
Why do people do that? I don't even know. Like sometimes you just want to smack someone when they run their finger. I'm like, dude, they're sharp. Like, take my word for it. And they're like running their thumb or their nail on it. I'm like,
this guy did not know what he was picking up. This was at a gun show, and it wasn't a knife specific show. I doubt that would ever happen at Blade, where somebody would mess around like, oh, is it sharp, as a joke? Like, it doesn't really happen there. But that place, he had probably picked up a bunch of gas station knives before that point that weren't very sharp, or he just didn't know what he was getting into and was like, oh, these look nice, but maybe they don't sharpen them because there's kids here. I don't know.
Do you think Benny's taking a bathroom break right now?
Benny, actually, one of Benny's cuts was really bad. I think it was either him. No, it wasn't Benny. It was it was another guy. I don't even remember who it was. It was before I worked here. But Leo said that he dropped a knife into his leg.
Ooh.
That's scary because there's an artery in your leg that will probably kill you if you cut it.
Yeah. It's one of those. But I'm just saying because we've said the cutting story before. Yeah. So I'm saying, did Benny take a break right now?
Oh, of course.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Benny's checked out of this episode for sure.
Ben listens to him?
Why do you think he's checked out?
Because there's a bunch of stuff we've already talked about.
No, not really.
Kind of. We're rehashing some things, but it's good. It's good. There's continuity. It's like there's
a lot of continuity.
We're like a sitcom right now. There's continuity from one episode to the next.
We're filling in the new listener.
Yes, welcome,
new listener,
whoever you are.
Tops Knife was established in 1998.
Oh God, why do we give him a microphone? and a camera.
Because we're kind of failing miserably by ourselves.
No, we're not.
Sorry.
We're doing good. We're doing great. In fact,
It's because we don't like I was telling.
All right, ask me questions. Ready, set,
no,
go.
we're not asking you anything.
We should.
But yeah, it was just a moment of.
I kind of want to now. Okay, go.
Go ahead.
Go, and then we'll ask him questions.
ask
Go.
him questions.
No, go.
No, he wasn't worried.
No.
He felt, and this is normal.
Yeah. Well
He
done.
felt it was more embarrassing than
Embarrassing.
painful
Painful.
by far, and that's every cut that I've had here has been the same
Look
thing.
up some common facts that John should know at his age, because he should be old enough.
John, when was World War One?
World War One started in 19.
Wait. Before you say it, hold on. What are the? So what's the grace like? How off can he be?
For something like that, he can't be.
No,
all.
you can be 5 years off.
No,
3 years off.
no,
3 years off.
no,
If he gets it within the same decade, I think I'll give it to him.
no,
Yeah.
no. He's over there Googling it right now.
I don't even have my phone on me. I literally don't even have my phone on me.
John,
It's right here.
when was World War One?
Okay. Yeah. Go.
Okay, so World War II was around my grandpa's age. World War One must have been his parents. So early 1900s,
See, I would give him that.
maybe 1910ish, 20ish.
That's pretty damn close. I mean, closer than I thought he was gonna get.
No, 10ish, 20ish. No,
Okay, let's do the middle.
World War One.
no, but that's
Okay, let's do 19.
Well, okay, fair enough, because he could say 1910ish, 20ish.
Yeah, it was
30-ish,
sometime in the
40-ish,
1900s, like-
1900.
Okay,
ish.
before
Give him a
1920s.
date. One day.
The
No,
Great,
just say
the
one
Great
day.
Depression was in the 20s. So
Say one
before
day.
that,
No, it wasn't.
Nine-
One day. Say a date.
1914, 15, 1914, 15.
pick one of those two.
Pick one of those.
So I should have lasted about 4-ish years. So 1914.
Is there an applause button on there?
No.
No.
And if you want your big jerk,
Fuck you, Craig.
Really?
I haven't put
You still
one.
haven't changed those?
Not those.
Good Lord. 1914.
Yeah,
Really?
1914. You
Yes.
got it. Yeah.
1914.
When did it end?
I think it lasted 4 years. So I'm going to say 1918. If not, maybe beginning of 1919.
Why does he sound so funny?
I don't know. Why do you sound? You sound like you fucking.
He sounds like echoey all of a
I
sudden.
don't. Me?
not necessarily
I
echoey,
do
but
sound like a little bit. Welcome back to
Maybe
me,
it's
he
because
sounded-
you're talking into
he
your
sounded
arms.
like he inhaled helium.
Yeah.
me.
Okay, guys.
Okay, good job,
For
John.
No, for everybody that stuck
Applause.
through it, this is the fun part.
All right.
This
What
is
else?
this is where.
What
okay.
else are we asking him?
So,
Harriet Tubman.
well, he got it right.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Huh, that's interesting. Okay.
Okay.
You got one?
Sure.
What does a white blood cell do?
Aren't the white blood cells the ones that attack all the viruses in the body?
Close enough.
What?
Yeah, white blood cells that attack the viruses that enter the body. I mean, that's about as close as you're gonna get.
So who's Frankenstein?
Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, he won't get
was,
this. He won't get this.
I don't know, but he was a scientist.
Oh fuck, he got it. God damn.
John. Okay. I'm gaining a little bit.
So it wasn't the monster.
No.
I'm gaining a little bit of respect for him.
No,
but
you're not.
He's gonna say something and fuck it up. Oh, this,
What year was the Mexican Revolution, John?
Oh,
What year did it start?
started in.
I don't even know that.
This was 18.
Yeah, I can't be unfair to him. That one. most
That's
people
a hard,
don't know.
dude. I
Most people
I
don't
don't know.
It was 1910.
1910. I was gonna say late 1800s, but I had no clue. That was
Dude,
just gonna,
if you guys ever get a chance to listen to, it's called I think Revolutions on Spotify. Listen to the whole season that's about the Mexican Revolution. It's really interesting.
So Pancho Villa was out here in his horse while we were going to World War One. When the
So the guy that they sent to chase Pancho Villa in Mexico, he was the general in World War One.
so the U.S. was
Pershing. I think he's the only other general that's gotten the same rank as George Washington. Because George Washington, they gave him a rank that nobody else can have now. I think it's like a 5-star general or whatever.
We have 5-star generals.
We don't, but they gave George Washington that rank, so nobody can.
How?
I think.
Do you guys know a lot about that military ranking stuff? Because like, how do you get? Let's say I start in the military now. Let's just pick whatever branch
What
you.
part of the military? 'Cause it's not the same.
Any branch, any branch. Let's say just the army, because is that what has the ranks on generals, or is it every?
They all have ranks.
Okay, so if I start now, how do I become a 4-star ranking general?
I think you have to become an officer first. Like there's a,
I guess what I'm asking is like,
there's
how
a
hard
limit.
is it?
So if you just
it's-
join the
yeah.
army, then you are never, ever, ever going to be a general, let
Really?
alone a 4-star general.
Really?
Yes, because you have to be an officer, and a lot of people when they join the army, in pursuit of being a general or of being in charge and being kind of a higher up, if you will, they start as an officer. They don't even start at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's why
think-
places like West Point exist, and there's like officer training and stuff like that you can do before you even join. I don't know a lot about it. I don't know what the ranks are. I don't know what the difference is between somebody who starts as an officer and somebody who doesn't. But I know at least that it's not the same career path.
So you can't go join and then work your way up to an officer.
I mean, probably you can probably become an officer while you're in the army, but to become a 4-star general, like Google how many 4-star generals there are total. It's like a handful, period, in the
Do you think it's
whole
because?
army.
Do you think that has to relate with your family line? This kid's dad was in there. This kid.
That can
necess-
help you, but
I think it has more to do with people nominating you. Hey, you're really good. Maybe you should apply to be an officer or whatever. I don't know how it works.
yeah, I don't know how it works.
Says that there are 43 active duty 4-star officers in the uniformed service of the United States. 16 in the Army, 2 in the Marine Corps, 9 in the Navy, 11 in the Air Force, and 2 Space Force, 2 Coast
Oh,
Guard,
before we continue,
and 1 Public Health
Yes.
Service.
what?
2 Space Force 4-star generals.
Really?
We're gonna go in the
That's what he
Galaxy
said.
Wars.
Oh shit! No, like before we
Star
continue, I
Wars.
was watching TikToks, all things. But
But
there's
you're
a-
learning stuff from TikTok, like John.
no. But there was this thing. I don't know what to tell you to look up, but I think you'll figure out what to Google. But they say that there's what they thought was the ocean floor turned out to be fish, like layers and layers and layers of fish. That they think that it's anywhere between 60%. All the estimates go all the way up to 95% of all fish life. Where this floor. I don't know if it's like worldwide or just in a certain area that it moves. Like it's shifting, so people that thought they were mapping the floor with sonar was actually fish.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it has a name.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of that. One thing that I have seen in the deep sea that was fucking crazy is there are spots where there's a distinction between the water. There's like a brine in I don't know if it's one of the trenches. It's pretty deep, I believe, in the ocean. But there's a spot where it's like denser water, and there's a like distinction. It looks like
It's in a cave.
it's this weird spot where they're deep, the water's there, and then it looks like there's another thing of water. It looks like a lake inside of the ocean.
Yeah, it's in
And
a
it's
cave
a-
in Mexico.
No, that's a different thing. That's where the fresh water and the seawater mix, and it gets kind of like cloudy and stuff. Is that what you're talking
No,
about? What you're talking
'cause
about? Because the thing that I saw was like deep sea.
Because the guy was scuba diving in this cave, and he pops out what looks like the water, and he's in more water. It's just clear, and so it looks like there's this layer Like it looks like almost like a river under.
That's a different thing.
Is
I'm
it?
not sure what that is. That's a different thing.
Not bad.
The thing that I saw was it was a robot, one of the like diver robots that they have that can go further down the people, and it was this. They call it a brine. Like the water's just got a much higher salt content, and for some reason, it exists there because of the temperature and pressure and stuff. And so like, but there's like crabs and stuff that climb in and out of this brine, but the water's different. It's a different thing inside of the ocean that looks like a lake. It's fucking weird. It was weird as hell.
Yeah. Okay. So listen to this. I don't know if we can.
And also confusing thing I've ever heard, and you're gonna instinctually want to be like bullshit, and I'm gonna be like, that's what I thought. So don't fight me. We're the same guy coming into this. All right, here it goes. There's a wall of fish, and I mean, I guess you could call it more of a floor, but the point is, it's in the ocean, and it's insanely dense. It's so insanely dense that they did not realize originally that it was fish. They thought it was a literal wall, ceiling, floor, whatever the fuck you want to call it, okay? But what was suspicious about said wall, ceiling, floor, whatever, is that it was constantly in motion, and they were like, we're...
That's weird, huh?
But it doesn't say where.
It's just in the ocean. Search large mesopelagic fishes biomass.
Large meso.
Or pelagic.
Let me see that. Okay.
You don't use Google to search for stuff?
Do you just type it in the
No.
URL bar?
Then you're getting really shitty results.
Why? I'm using the Brave browser.
Brave uses Google, so you're fine.
They use it. They use more than just Google.
We gotta figure out what this is.
I thought you were using like Yahoo or something. Or
Bing.
like
Bing, yeah.
Nobody uses that. Come
I
on.
know. I was about to hit you with this block.
I used to have a Yahoo Yahoo email, sorry. And I created my first Facebook with that. So if I ever get locked out of my Facebook, there's no way getting my email back. Sorry, guys.
No, you never added a secondary email?
No, I don't know how to.
Look at just see how long this is.
It's really detailed.
It is. This is from Nature. So that's gonna have to be for another show.
Yeah. Well, maybe this is a thing we can deep dive into. I get it.
Craig's
Nailed
gonna have to
Okay.
research this one for sure.
Thanks, John. So,
Back to John questions.
yeah, let's ask John some questions. All right, John, what should you do if you get shot by an arrow or you get impaled by some object?
Do not remove the object.
Damn it, John. How come you're doing so well?
How do you know this?
Because
Why?
Because it's like poking a hole in a bucket of water. The minute you pull it out, it'll start just leaking. But if it's sealing,
Why?
usually you get sealed.
You're ruining our.
He knows weird shit
You're ruining our
like
thing.
this, but he doesn't know stuff that
Okay,
he should know.
stop looking for facts like this. Let's just ask him everyday stuff that he should know to fucking not die.
John, how many is in a baker's dozen?
A baker's dozen comes with 14.
It's 13, isn't it?
13. Yeah, sorry. Fuck. I fucked that one up.
Is it 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
What's a troy ounce?
A troy ounce is
How many ounces?
3.
3 ounces. Okay. What's a regular? How many grams in a troy ounce?
There's. No, I have no idea.
How many grams in an ounce?
No idea.
Isn't it? Is it 16?
I don't know.
There's 60 ounces in a.
16 ounces in a pound.
Right.
I don't know any of this shit either.
Why the hell are you asking?
No, I know there's 32 grams in a troy ounce, right?
Sure. I don't know. I don't know anything.
That's
I don't
not
even know
every
what a troy
day.
ounce is.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not every day.
Okay. All right, sorry.
Have you ever heard
What
the term
happens-
lollygagging?
No.
Lollygagging means like frolicking around, like, oh, I'm just
I thought it was
lollygagging.
just like not doing anything and just kind of like being a.
My wife thought that it was like not a thing.
Really?
I've heard
Yeah.
it before.
She was like, you are the only person I've ever heard in my life use the term lollygagging. Because
heard it before.
whenever she's taking forever to do something for no reason, I say quit lollygagging and let's get going here. And
Gonna use
she's
that.
now but she thinks that it's fake. She's like, you just made that up.
I've heard it before, so I know it's not fake. But I didn't know exactly what it meant. John, so say you're cooking eggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a grease fire. What do you do?
You put another pan over it so the oxygen try to seal it off.
What if you don't have another pan?
Well, then you better put that shit outside. That's what I would do. I wouldn't.
You would burn the fucking shit out of your hands and probably start your the ceiling of your entire house on fire on the way out.
If I leave it there, it's going to do the same thing.
No.
You don't think so?
Minus the burn yourself.
What else? So what else can you do besides cover it with something not flammable?
Remove it from the heat source.
Okay. But if
Baking
you get a
soda.
big enough grease fire, it's gonna burn.
Baking soda.
We're failing really bad at this.
Jeez.
I think this is a win for John.
You know what? Kind of.
Yeah.
You do use baking soda, though. Did you know that?
Or
Yeah.
salt.
Or salt, yeah.
Maybe we should have John ask us questions that we're gonna fail miserably.
Yeah,
at.
John, ask us some questions.
Okay. When you start a car and you want, well, let's put you in a scenario. You're going to go and buy a car on Craigslist and you're worried about the transmission because most people are pretty shady when it comes to things like that. What do you do to check your transmission without driving the car? What was that?
You push it a little bit. See
No.
how much it rolls.
No. Don't know. What the hell?
I think we already established that I don't care about cars.
Yeah, I don't know much about cars, but
Well,
I-
if it is an automatic, you go ahead and you start it up and you grab it from park, drive.
You just said not drive it.
No, you're not moving it. You put it in drive.
Oh, if
you
it
listen
goes
to
click.
it. You listen to it, and then you go to third, second, first, back to reverse, and you listen to the car, and you'll tell without driving it.
This is a really bad idea.
yeah, we're doing horribly.
Yeah.
You guys don't buy a lot of cars from Facebook Marketplace?
Nope. I don't.
Put the crickets right now.
Yeah, you won that one. God damn.
John's kind of like ruining this conversation, isn't he?
No, yeah, he's not being John. He's
Yeah,
being.
when did he decide to be?
When did you decide to be like functional?
Hang out with me.
He's like acting almost like an adult right now.
I think he's doing it on purpose.
I'm surprised by this and confused.
Yeah, you're confusing us, John. I feel like John right now. I think the shoe's on the other foot right now.
He still really sucks explaining stuff though.
No, he's horrible.
Like I don't even understand what I don't even understand what that even meant. What he was talking about with the like I get moving it from gear to gear, but
No, I understood.
what do you mean by listening to it?
Are
What
you not
listening for?
mechanically inclined?
What are you listening for?
It does
noises in the
it-
synchros? Just any depending.
Wow. He's using big ass words that I've never heard.
You guys not? Well, you are a little more than I am, but are you not mechanically inclined?
What do you mean by that?
You live
Do
in
I-
St. Anthony's.
Do I know how a motor works?
We're talking
what
about
you're asking?
transmission. We were talking about transmission.
That's part of the motor, isn't it?
No.
Well, it's attached to it.
Yeah, so I think that answers your question. No, I can check my oil. I changed a fuel pump once.
No, I used to know a lot about mechanics.
But no, like to do shit on a car? No, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I used to know. I used to be decent at troubleshooting a problem.
Interesting. I thought you were.
But no.
No? No, if I broke down on the side of the road, I'd have no idea what to even look for.
Well, I
new
mean,
cars, it's
me
difficult.
too. I wouldn't fuck with my car if I broke down.
The new cars, yeah.
But if I'd go in to buy a car, that's different because I don't have to do anything. I just need to know if it's bad or not. Do you guys know that if you take off the cap of your car, your oil cap, sorry, and you have like a little
white yeah.
goo, it means that
That's not good.
you're getting water into your oil and it's burning it, and your car's done.
It's creating an emulsion.
That, or if you go and check the back of your exhaust and it's
Like
really
mayonnaise.
like black,
That's true.
that means it's burning
Cock
oil,
used to
or
say.
your spark plugs are bad.
Yeah. So, like, if you have like water dripping out of your muffler, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, isn't that just from like running an air conditioner?
No, that's the front. Like,
Yeah,
that's the compressor.
that's what drips in the front. You wouldn't get in your.
It's just
tailpipe.
it's like condensate, but it's a good thing, right? It means your engine's pretty healthy.
Or what you can do also is you can grab. It's not a lot. You don't get it a lot unless your car's bad. But on your oil cap, if you start it and you put on top and you start seeing it, it's because you have blow by from your car.
I didn't get that one either.
I stopped paying attention when he said grav instead of grab, and I was like,
So you put the oil cap on top of the engine and watch it vibrate.
Well, sorry, you take it off, you flip it backwards, and you place it on top.
You flip it upside down. You put it upside down.
Upside down.
"Can you spell the word grab?"
Grab. G-R-A-B.
B as in
I think you have to say
Burro.
grab.
B as in what?
Burro. Like B as
Use
in
an English word. B as in what?
burro.
Technically, a burrow is a word.
Spell burrow.
B-U-R-R-O-W.
Damn.
Burrow.
Okay.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm not doing this
So
anymore.
why does he say grav but spell it correctly?
He's
What
English
a dick,
is in
man.
his.
Have like a lisp.
English
Do you
is his
understand the
third
difference?
language.
So like,
Yeah.
this is something that I noticed when I was learning Spanish, that the B and the V are like one letter in Spanish.
Oh, yeah. I know how to tell the difference.
Almost every time I try to listen to people and watch like how they say it, it's like, it's the same letter in Spanish. It's the same sound anyway. They're different letters, but it's the same exact sound. It's like a mix of a B and a V.
It's
Uve,
And I've never
Uve.
seen people like pronounce. That's why you say grav, and like it never even crosses your mind. But I hear you say it, and I'm like, he said that wrong.
vaca,
Grab.
vaca, burro.
Yeah, but well, there's some where it seems that way, but there's a lot of words, and just pay attention. There's a lot of words that are spelled with a B that sounds like a V, or there's a lot that are spelled with a V, but people say it like it's a B. That's why I can never tell you, like vaca. I don't know if it's a V or a B. I have no fucking clue.
It's a V.
How?
It's a V.
Because everybody says it different, or
Vaca.
like they mix
a
the
lot
letter.
of people say
Okay,
vaca.
this is me
'cause
saying
they don't
with
know how
the-
to fucking say it.
This is me saying with the B. Vaca. This is me saying with the Uve or a V. Vaca.
Yeah, but see, you don't even think about it most of the time. That's why you say grav instead of grab. You say it almost every time you say the word. You say grav.
I've only said grab once.
You've said it a lot more than that.
Grab. I grab the hab.
Is it just me that thinks this?
No.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, it's definitely just you.
No, think about it. Because I spent a lot of time when I was learning Spanish. I spent a lot of time trying to make sure that I pronounce things as close to correct as possible, like as least like a
So
white
how do
guy
you
as
say
I
it?
could.
How do you say it? Say vaca.
Well, I don't know which letter it is.
It's V.
Then it would be vaca.
Say it with the B.
But that's
It's
the
not.
thing
Just
that I'm
say
trying
it.
to
Just
tell
say
you.
it with the B.
I would say vaca.
And
But-
people say, "Estás bien loco."
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Because
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those words that you have to know how it's spelled.
Yeah, but I feel like they're interchangeable letters. in
And it's
Spanish.
funny when people don't know how to spell them. They'll ask you like, "Oh, B de burro or B chica," and that's not even how you say it. It's uve. It's not.
You can say
che chica.
You can
B
say
chica.
You can say that too.
But yeah, properly, it's not. That's not even a thing.
Properly, it's a V.
Yeah.
Either
Is it?
one. Either one.
But no, I'm saying properly, it's not a thing.
Either one.
Yeah, people say either one, but it's.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. But
Yeah,
I'm saying that properly, you can use either.
yeah.
You can
But I'm
say
saying-
uve or you can say ve chica.
but it's not a real thing.
Either one of those is correct.
But in the real
I
term,
think you
it's
just
not
made the
bitchy.
highlight reel again,
Me?
Craig,
How so?
because he's gonna make a video of you guys arguing for an hour.
Oh, well, I mean, we're not talking about anything else. We might as well, right?
Oh man, this went downhill faster than I thought it was going to.
No, it's great. This is wonderful.
But like, so for you, the guys, the people listening, like, not everything's gold. So sometimes you just have to kind of sit in your own failure. And
no, there's people
And-
listening right now because they're mad at us. They're like yelling at the screen, like, No, you
Like,
guys are
move it
idiots
along
and-
and
Yeah.
because
All of that.
we don't know what we're talking about. Yeah.
yes.
And so we're just sitting here on
This was not the plan for today,
Like-
but we have to do this because we need something for Monday.
this is probably the worst episode in a long time, and it doesn't feel that bad. It's all uphill from here.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, probably not.
Hopefully.
We could
There'll
have.
be- there'll be some bad
had
ones.
someone else on, but
Yeah, Craig didn't want to.
That's not true.
so what happened with
What?
what happened with
What are you talking about?
you?
Why do you always make sound effects that make no sense?
Just say it so that people.
Why don't you
that
say
aren't-
what? Why don't you
'cause-
say what
or
you're saying?
if-
There's a fucking camera on you anyway, so people can see what you're doing.
No,
I
it's,
have it on you.
it has it on you, of course.
Maybe it bothers you because you're not Hispanic.
No,
It definitely bothers them because
I don't know what you're talking about now.
making sounds.
no,
Oh,
inanimate
that's-
objects.
Because
Yeah.
you did something. You
Yes,
did it earlier
yes,
this
yes.
morning.
I just laugh. I just find it funny.
The-
I find it amusing. It doesn't bother
But
me.
that's not a Hispanic thing. It's just a thing. Like
Yeah.
Maya
Oh,
does
true.
it more than any of us.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, Maya does do it.
Yeah.
Yep. Maya does it. Maybe because you don't pay
You
attention.
guys do
'cause
it
you-
with inanimate objects sometimes too, though.
like,
Maya,
You're like,
Maya
there's
does
like a
it
sign,
as-
like it's like
yeah.
signs don't make sounds.
that
like-
sounded racist when you did it. It would have been a.
Oh, did I get the wrong sound?
Yep.
See, but it's an inanimate object. It doesn't make a fucking sound.
No, it's us making this. Like it's
Yeah,
it's like a thing. I don't
It's
know.
a
It's weird,
person
like,
making the noise.
So anyway,
We're not saying instead of a sign. Like
so move it along. What were you asking? Just ask what you want to ask.
I forgot what the fuck I was gonna ask now. I really did. You threw me off.
Really?
You want like this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, make that sound.
So
do
are
that
you
again.
not shaving your head today, or
Ask Jesus.
well, who's the one that said the bet? You or Jesus?
Me and Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Jesus told me that he was like, "Nah, dude, you don't have to do it."
Yeah, I told John, have you seen The Godfather? You know when you've seen The Godfather, right? You've never seen The Godfather? How dare you?
Honestly, I don't think so.
How
I don't
dare
think I
you?
have. I'm not even.
He literally
it's-
spent
I'm not
minutes
even
explaining
kidding.
to me.
It's like the second greatest movie of all time.
Just tell him the last part you told me.
so you know how yeah.
So
Anyway.
basically what he explained to me is that in the movie, there's a person that gives out favors, but in one occasion, he told someone, if I give you a favor, I'm going to need a favor down the road. I won't know when or where, but I just need you to give me a favor back. So he's saying that he'll let it slide this time, but whenever he needs a favor.
I'm letting you off the hook, but
That's
someday
not at all what he said.
That's
Yeah.
what I told him before, but it's basically what I meant. Like someday I'll come to you and be like, Craig, I'm gonna cash in my favor right now. And
So here's what happened.
we made a
dumb
bet.
We
It was a
made
dumb
we,
bet.
we made a bet, and me being a dumbass and being super confident,
super cocky. Yeah,
decided that I didn't even need to have him put any skin in the game, and didn't ask
Yeah.
him
Yeah,
like
it
what
was just
happens
funny.
what happens if he loses.
yeah.
There was no like
No, if he just went-
it was if I lost, I was gonna have to shave my head, and if I won, nothing.
Nothing. It'd just be
So
Tuesday. Or
that
Wednesday.
was stupid. And
Yeah,
then
it was.
the bet itself wasn't stupid. Like it was
No, it was a
it was
legit
not a
bet.
bad bet
It was
at
a legit
all.
bet. It was
But
one of those.
Jesus had no skin in the game
It was one of those 95%
or hair
to
in the game.
5%,
and the 5% would happen.
and the 5% happened.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Were you the one
Jesus
that
had
like,
no.
I'll shave my head, or was he?
No, I said this is gonna happen. And Jesus was like, "You sure?" I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, shave your
yes,
head
I
then."
am. He's like, if not, then you'll shave your head. And I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, of course, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna be easy.
yeah.
And then it wasn't.
But he never said.
And-
But if it doesn't, then you have to shave your head. Because I would have been like, yeah, fine. Because
You shave your head all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's no problem for me.
I came in today fully expecting to have to shave my head, and I even brought a hat because I'm not gonna walk around.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be
with my head all shaved. And
I was telling him like, dude, do you fucking should better make up? But then deep down, I'm like, that's messed up.
It is fucked
no,
up.
it's not. I made the bet. It was dumb of me to make the
All
bet.
right, let's bring the clip.
The bet didn't. I lost, and I was fully expecting.
You know what? You're right. You convinced me. Let's do it. Nah.
Okay.
No, it seems fucked up.
You know what would have been funny?
It's too fucked up.
To have your wife be on this and force you to go. I know we talked about it already, but force you to go to church this weekend. That would have been messed up.
Yeah. Like,
And we're on the same page.
hey,
like,
it's the yearly picnic carnival or whatever.
yeah,
and we have to
you
go.
always go to that yearly picnic carnival thing. So that would have been funny seeing you both.
But it's not this weekend.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's in
it is.
August, isn't it?
No,
Yeah. I wanted to be able to. It's this weekend.
Is this
It
weekend?
is?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They moved it up because one of the fathers is leaving.
Well, I'm probably not going this weekend
Why not?
because I have shit to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. There's more important things than God.
I just moved. I just
So,
moved into a new house, man. I got shit
God
to
can,
move.
saying is
God
that-
can wait another week.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't. I
He'll still
agree
be
with
there.
That, by the way,
he'll still be there next week, right?
hopefully.
I mean,
But
if
will
not, then I didn't need to go to church anyway.
But will you?
Dang, what if he's like,
But anyway, I wanted to paint flames on Craig's bald head.
were we gonna?
That was not part of the agreement, and it won't be.
okay, but you say shave your head, like Johnny Sins shaving your head, or just buzz cut?
I would have said
Don't act
shaved.
dumb.
I
Come
would have
on.
said shaved.
Come on,
I don't know who that is either.
Johnny Sins.
Yeah,
Come on,
I don't know who that is.
When you say, like, what do you mean? Like, bick
Like-
your head? Like,
Yeah.
like with a razor
Razor.
shave?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Clean.
Yeah, Mr. Clean.
Okay,
Mr.
that-
Clean.
okay.
Oh, Mr.
Oh,
Clean.
yeah,
Yeah.
now-
Yeah.
I said Johnny Sins, and you guys
No,
don't even. You guys know.
No. So
Look him up.
Stone
Look him
Cold.
up.
Stone Cold.
Just look up Johnny Sins.
I don't want to look up Johnny Sins.
Do it, Jesus.
Oh, goddamn.
If it would have been Pitbull, you guys would be like, "Oh yeah, I know." But I just mentioned
I've
a
heard
different
of Pitbull,
actor.
but I have no fucking clue what the guy looks like.
I'm googling Pitbull. Okay,
No,
what
is
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 it?
he actually
what?
like short?
Johnny Sins, Sins.
I thought he was trying to say Johnny Sai, but just got it wrong.
Oh fuck yeah. No idea. He's a porn star. Thank God I didn't know who that was.
Oh shit!
Damn it! Now I have that in my search history.
Delete it.
You knew who it was, huh? That's why you
Yeah,
didn't
of
want to look
course.
it up.
Of course,
I didn't know who it was.
I know the names of some porn stars. Of
I don't
course.
know any.
It's not even because you like him or not. He's in every damn. He's
in
the
every
only
porn?
Yeah, it's not even. You can't miss him. You know.
Well, there's a thing that happens in not Salt Lake, in fucking Las Vegas every January.
porn convention.
It's called the SHOT Show,
Oh.
and
Oh, the AV Awards.
congruently, there's another thing that happens called the AVN Awards,
Avian. Yeah.
and yeah, so
Is it the same time?
it is almost so. I think they've done it virtually since SHOT Show or since COVID started.
Yeah.
But it used to be like it started, I think, the day after SHOT started and ended the day after or some shit like that. But it was always at the same time and like two hotels down from the SHOT Show.
Hopefully they started. I hope they don't start it up this year. Next year. And so
It's not like you have time to go.
And so Johnny swung by then.
Well, it's not like he works.
I swung. I
Oh,
get it.
nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, good.
Is he bigger
Well done.
or something?
That was a good pun.
I don't know. That's,
He's
he and then the
Has
funny
he-
thing is
he-
that he started doing like social media, and so it like people just like troll him all the time.
the only one that I know is what was his name?
Ron Jeremy?
Ron Jeremy. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
he was like stupid famous.
Have I told the story of when on the podcast about when I went to this show and
you
Did I
told
tell you on the
us,
podcast?
but I don't know if it was on the podcast.
I've never
I
heard
think
it.
you told us, and
so there was
in
the one year where Leo flew all the wives out. Well, my wife's birthday is almost always during SHOT Show or like right around the SHOT Show
yeah.
time, and so he flew all the wives down to Vegas. And one night, Deanie and I just went to a show, just the two of us to have a little alone time, you know.
Oh, shit.
And we were walking through this hotel, and there's this dude, people around him taking pictures, and everyone's like, "Oh, hey," and like taking pictures and shit, right? And I'm like, I just laugh. And she's like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "Nobody." And she's like, "Why is everybody taking pictures with him?" I'm like, "Babe, don't worry about it."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, who is that?" And I'm like, "You wouldn't know."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You wouldn't even know, so don't even worry about it."
What if she was
"Yeah."
like, "Hey, that's Ron Jeremy." Oh fuck!
And she's like, "Oh man,
I'm sorry, Dean.
that would have been interesting." But anyway, I'm like, "Babe, come on, you don't know who that is?" And she's like, "No, I really don't know who that is." I'm like, "That's Ron Jeremy."
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
Everybody
like-
knows who he is.
Who's that? I'm like, "Oh God!"
But that's a good thing.
This is, of course.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
good
like,
thing.
this is not going to be a good conversation. I'm like, he's a porn star. She's like,
How do you know him?
she just thinks for a minute, and then like, why do you know that?
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody knows that.
Everybody knows who he is.
I don't know who Ron Jeremy is. Maybe if I saw him.
Then Google it.
Sure, John.
No, maybe he's the Johnny Sins of your guys' age.
Oh,
know,
this fucking
Probably.
guy.
I guess. I don't know.
Fucking John. Anyway, but there's a lot of things like that happen where I'm like, babe, you don't know this, and it's stuff that I think is common knowledge that she does not know.
That's good though. That's a good thing.
But yeah, it was pretty funny. She asked me multiple times how I knew that.
Yeah. It's because I watch
And-
porn. You should have said that.
No, I
should have been
didn't-
your answer.
I definitely did not say that.
This guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he looks like Torbe.
Yeah,
You know
she's
what
like,
Torbe is?
She's like, he's ugly, and I'm like, I don't think that's why he was in porn.
Yeah. No,
You know?
his face was
Like,
I know everybody knows this guy.
John. Everybody knows him. Who doesn't?
I didn't know that was that guy.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Jesus,
Everybody
man.
knows him.
Did you get a picture with him?
No,
He's in jail right now, isn't he?
why would I get a picture with
Why
him?
would he be in jail?
Oh, it was an incoherent.
Oh god. Okay, it's
He looked
time.
like-
to,
he
can we,
looked like this
yeah,
on-
can
He
we be
looked
done?
like Pablo
All right.
back in the day.
What's that?
He looked like Pablo back in the day.
Just
Who's Pablo?
Pablo Esco.
no. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
okay, we're done.
just end it. Yeah, this is it. Thanks.
Anyway,
everyone.
what do you guys think of our new intro?
The new intro is great.
You like it?
Yeah,
I like that beat.
it's way shorter.
It's short.
Which
but-
is-
Yeah, do you
which
guys
is
like our
great.
intro?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
There's somebody out there that might
Just-
really
yeah.
like it.
Let's just end it.
I'm gonna clip that.
Yeah, let's just turn. it
No,
off.
don't clip it.
Why? We already said it. And we'll see you guys later on the next episode. TDG.
Hold on.
TDG.com. We gotta cut that part out.
That's not even the website. Can we just not?
It's not?
Just
Thank you guys for hanging in there.
TopsDailyGrind.com.